The night was darker than a grifter's heart. I'd seen my share of shadows, but this one was different, like it swallowed the very light itself. The wind howled outside, a mournful sound that seemed to echo the despair of the city. I sat in my office, the flickering neon sign casting long shadows on the walls. The clock ticked away the seconds, each one louder than the last. She walked into my office, heels clicking on the hardwood floor, a dame with trouble written all over her. Her blonde hair was perfectly coarse, but her eyes were haunted. I'd seen those eyes before, in the reflection of my own mirror after a particularly rough night. But I'm a sucker for lost causes, and her eyes, well, they told stories even the newspapers wouldn't print. Her name was Lana, at least that's what she said. But in this line of work, names are like smoke. They drift away, leaving only the scent of deception behind. I offered her a chair, but she chose to stand. Maybe it made her feel in control, maybe it kept her closer to the door. Either way, it suited me just fine. "Mr. Black," she said, her voice as smooth as bourbon. "I need your help." I leaned back in my chair, letting the creak fill the silence. "Don't we all?" I replied. But she wasn't in the mood for banter. Her lips tightened into a thin line. She reached into her purse. She pulled a photograph from her purse, slid it across the desk. A man, mid-30s, eyes sharp as knives. "My brother," she said. "He's missing, and I think it has to do with this." From her purse, she pulled out an old locket. Inside, a faded picture of a woman who could have been her mother. The locket was intricate, a relic from a bygone era. Its metal worn, but still beautiful. It had an air of mystery, like it had seen more than its fair share of secrets. Lana's fingers trembled as she handed it over. "This locket was my mother's," she'd said. "She always told me to keep it close, that it would protect us, but I never knew what she meant until recently." I opened the locket, examining the faded photograph inside. The woman had Lana's eyes, the same haunted look. "Your mother, what happened to her?" Swallowed hard, her gaze dropping to the floor. "She got mixed up with some dangerous people, loan sharks, gamblers, you name it. She was trying to provide for us, but it all spiraled out of control. She owed them a lot of money she couldn't pay back. And this locket," I prompted. "It's a key," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "A key to a safety deposit box. My mother said it held something valuable, something that could clear our debts, but she never told me what it was." I frowned, the pieces slowly coming together. "So your brother, he went looking for this deposit box?" Lana nodded. "He thought he could find it to pay off the debts and keep us safe, but he disappeared. And then people started coming after me, asking about the locket. I don't know who to trust anymore." Before I could say more, the office door slammed open. A figure in a dark coat and hat stormed in, gun drawn. "Don't move, Black," the intruder growled. Lana's eyes widened in terror. "What the hell is this?" I demanded, my hand frozen inches from the locket. The intruder sneered. "You think you're the only one she came to? Guess again, detective. She's been playing us all." Lana's face turned pale, and I realized I was dealing with a dame with more secrets than anyone could handle. "It's over, Lana," the intruder continued. "This little charade ends now." Lana's eyes darted to mine, pleading silently. "You've got it all wrong," she whispered. "I didn't know, but the intruder was having none of it. Save it. You're coming with me." In a split second, Lana made her move, grabbing my desk lamp and swinging it at the intruder. The gun went off, deafening roar, and I hit the floor. When I looked up, Lana was gone, and so was the locket. I pieced it together as I lay there, the rain still tapping on my window. Lana's mother had owed money to some bad people, debts that now fell on her shoulders. It was never about her brother. It was all about that damn locket, a key to her mother's debts. In the end, it wasn't just a case. It was a reminder of the darkness that shadows us all.